I wanted to completely, basically metaphorically spit in John's face and talk about sports a little bit with Michael since the NFL season kicks off tonight. Cool. So I'm just going a little off book here. We're in the same fantasy football league. You are a San Francisco 49ers fan. Your son is an incredibly smart football fan. We actually watched the Super Bowl together in Iowa. That was really fun, Michael. Who are your Super Bowl picks for this year?
It was 73 years ago that we did that.
I know, isn't that amazing that was this year, 2020?
It seems, honestly, I mean, that was the Iowa caucuses. It seems so long ago. It's interesting. I think that the Houston Texans are going to be really good this year. I don't love the Houston Texans. I don't think they're well coached, but I think they're going to be really good. And I think they're a team to watch. I don't think the Niners are going to be the team that prevails out of the West and out of the NFC. I don't think they have enough. And I think they got, I wouldn't say lucky last year, but they did better than they probably should have. I'm not a big seller, a big buyer on the Philadelphia Eagles, but if they can put something together, if we get the Carson Wentz of a couple of years ago, and I know you hate to hear this as a Giants fan, but I do think that they are a good football team, a much more sound football team now, and they have a running game that's sort of got two heads on it, and I think that's important.
Yeah, they're just always struck with injuries, though. You've got to question what they're doing there in terms of practicing and conditioning. I, by the way, placed a few months ago some bets on the Houston Texans winning the division because they were third in terms of odds, and it was like plus 300 because it was right after they lost DeAndre Hopkins. And if there was a weakness to Deshaun Watson's game, it was that he literally only threw to DeAndre Hopkins and he would stare him down, and it kind of limited them because their offense isn't creative. Talk about the Niners, they have a creative offense. Talk about the Chiefs, they have a creative offense. So hopefully I think Deshaun Watson's gonna have a great year. I just don't think that defense is very good, but I know you drafted Deshaun Watson as your quarterback, so yeah, he's gonna have a great statistical year.
I think they have a running game, which they never had. So, I mean, they've always suffered in running, and if they could have a really good running game this year, which I think would go a long way to seeing their success there. I like your bet.
Yeah, and I will say, so just to button this up, I know people are dying here. I agree with you on the Niners. I don't think they have the physically gifted quarterback to take them over the edge. I mean, they outplayed the Chiefs in that Super Bowl, but it doesn't matter when Mahomes just puts the team on his back. So I think that what's going to be really interesting about this year is I think continuity is going to win out. Teams that had success last year and have stable coaches and coaching systems, they will be successful, with maybe the exception of the Cowboys, who I think maybe they'll bounce back. They seem to have a bad year and then have a good year the next year. So I think the Cowboys will bounce back. But I think teams that had coaching changes are going to be at a massive disadvantage because of COVID-19, no preseason, no live reps. But yeah, so I'm high on the Texans, and I think those odds for them not winning, they count them out every year, and then you have one of the three most talented quarterbacks in the league. Four are fine. It's definitely Mahomes, it's Lamar Jackson, it's Russell Wilson, and it's Deshaun Watson. So and Aaron Rodgers, but he's declining a bit. So yeah.
And never forget the Saints. They somehow sneak up on you.
I know, but when it's December and January, I don't think Breeze can throw anymore. His arm gets so weak towards the end of the year.
Yeah, maybe they'll run more than they have, and because they're playing different kinds of defenses now. Tampa and against Tampa certainly, and Carolina, that's a different type of defense with Ron Rivera gone, I'm guessing. So
Latavius Murray, good depth piece on your fantasy team. All right.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.